Ways need
Welcome
patching
home,
up.
Sid.
Give me 50.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with...
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's...
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any, word on the Royalist movement since I...
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know.
Thank you. Oh.
Ah, the conquering hero returns.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up the scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on... One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye...
He's...
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains... Well, not... The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. The wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am.
I suppose we are. Very well.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Car. It's true.
Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though.
Blackthorn,
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that...
Under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Ah, Clive. Have you...
No.
Oh, my.
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that there shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away...
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new...
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kuka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying, not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you... To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake. Like...
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another project. But until I do, my investigations...
Thank you. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Oh, I'm never used to sit.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
What a relief.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway, not least of all Sid. You should...
You're right. I should.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down at that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
It hasn't been her usual self.
Might need some help tidying up that workshop.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to...
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
Full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at...
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what...
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the ass. Go on then.
She said you would know.
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy, though. And I'll need help. Get Gav and Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave.
And, what is...
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still, that means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at it, which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back.
Well, we'll get it. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust? Which one of these two lucky souls...
Otto, you're with...
All right, then. Well, and I'm guessing you'll be needing sack loads of the stuff. Might be worth... I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
Yous two take care, eh? I'll go and see this...
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, eh?
He wouldn't do that.
Best of luck.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto? Otto, sorry I'm late.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this... Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his star. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his...
But unlike any old fool...
Well spotted. Now get fit.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk? Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed it 5 years on. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong, but I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. And if you hadn't, I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Don't give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance. Yeah. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet, just like the old Sid. About time I was heading back. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its...
I'll see you back at the hideaway then.
Oh, but I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Right. Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing...
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Suppose we'd better be...
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Otter started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Black...
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So,
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
salvage from the ruins. I thought that material...
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far... In other words, this is where the helm comes in. It connects to the... Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the... Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen... Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lost... The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, it's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's,
I see. Then I suppose... Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Good day to you.
Oh, there you are, Sid. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature.
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Over here!
No. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll,
All right.
Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm.
Excellent.
And just...
Right. The shielding.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shields, a prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the... I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Right away.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Ugh, I'm never drunk.
Harpocrates, do you have the moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
She shielding for a mithril engine?
She has some specific requirements for the material, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink, as you can imagine. She's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be...
Perhaps. It is not a different material she requires, but...
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine. At timber, and yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of... pitch...
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moondew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specific. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's...
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young... So, Clark, who will...
Very well. So then, what do we...
I have taken the liberty of preparing...
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this... I would have thought the ingredient...
Though these items may seem mundane, so much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction. And now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able...
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yours.
You too, Talia. Now, where's Jill?
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the Humphrey?
I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple.
All right.
How about you look for the Pepio nuts? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in them. Fresh cuts! Come and get them before...
You haven't much, but you're free to look. I hope it's to your liking. All anyone ever wants anymore is a water crate.
How the hell is anyone supposed to have...
Oi, don't touch anything. If that's what you want. And... Go on. Take it.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
I did.
garlic, and pepione. Now, all that remains is for Harpocrates to some... But before we head back, would you walk? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed. Just being here. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and...
How could I forget? What with Torgal's... Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... Oh!
You all right?
It's just... you're right. Clive, is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when we can live on our own terms.
Thank you. Well, I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Oh, I'm never drinking.
How's work on the shielding progressing?
Well, very well indeed. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about and now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few.
What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary?
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of act. When both the shielding and the moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the followed by a rigorous process of testing and perhaps someone ought to warn young men.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpoc. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Thanks to Sid. visitors started reading books that don't have any pictures.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid, but you'll be pleased to know that work on the...
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating is supervising the construction and testing of the...
Brilliant!
Oh, thank me.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is going to require some precision, wallaby.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and we'll be needing a displacement...
You don't mean...
Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually...
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
All right. My mind's made. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You,
I was. And you can come too, now that you...
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the...
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of.
She said that? In those...
She...
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. Am I still...
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Obelith, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Got some life in it. But anyway, I was on my way up. There's got a letter. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding 8.
Thank you, Obert.
Don't mention.
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need some...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
Well, nothing we can do. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone, just like when we built this place. Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to camp. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after...
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place?
You can count on. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth, at least. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we'd do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. The new boy.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars. Till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
So what do you think?
We'd be lucky to make